Hello, all you people who are stupid enough to click on this video. My name's Andy Matter. Today we're going to be talking about this man-child right here who thinks that PC is inferior to consoles in every way. Let's see what he has to say.
I am not playing my gaming PC because it simply isn't as good as my Nintendo consoles. Please understand that, I have a high-end PC.
This guy says he has a high-end gaming rig or whatever, yet he doesn't throw out any numbers like the specs or what he paid for it. Alright, this guy is clearly incompetent. He probably has like a Chromebook from 2013 that he uses to play Minecraft, and he's just amazed he can get at least 15 frames per second. Also, those anime pictures in the background, specifically this one, is pissing me off because it's not aligned. It's in the wrong frame, and it's not fucking aligned properly, and it's messing with me, man. Please make it stop.
I can play everything. I was running the most technical, demanding games on Steam with no problems.
The most technically demanding game on Steam. Probably some Unity trash some like 5th grader made or something. That's what he's saying. That's pretty much what he's saying. I feel like that's what he's saying.
I was messing around with it. I spent several days experiencing it, picking up games for my wish list, things like that. It's not as good as console gaming. It just isn't. Really, when you get right down to it, of course, I got a very expensive PC. That's very, very powerful. Of course, I've had a good gaming PC. Of course, I've always had it. You know what I mean? Setting it up just meant that, I took my Xbox controller and figured out how to plug it in. That's really all I did.
Wow, you plugged in a controller. I don't know if you know this, but there's actually a lot more that goes into setting up a PC than plugging in a controller. Like setting up the operating system, downloading all the programs you plan to use, stuff like that. But this guy clearly knows more than me, given the fact that he's wearing a Legend of Zelda Link to the Past t-shirt.
Right, gaming PC. Not as good as they like to say. The selection of games is awful. It's all the same stuff that's on Xbox One. The Xbox One is more accessible. It has more, connects to the TV, things like that. More memory for games. And I think it's the big thing for me that really puts the Xbox One over PC. For me, is that it comes out of the box with more memory.
Everything he said in that string of sentences, if you can even call it that, has pissed me off. First off, the storage on a computer is fucking insane. On my computer, I have 2 terabytes. The Xbox One only has a terabyte. 2, there's way more games on PC because it's a more accessible platform for developers. I doubt you can find TF2 on the Xbox and play it. And 3, I can't stand the fact that this isn't edited. It makes me mad. Maybe if you spent more time with your PC and less time on that console, you'd figure out how to edit.
Tekken 7 alone takes 70 gigs, right? And I was already overloading my PC with programs of stuff that I need for work and stuff like that. Which is why I have it. You know what I mean? 70 GBs.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
GBs.
I don't think I've ever heard somebody refer to a gigabyte as GBs. I've heard gigabyte, I've heard gigs. Never in my life have I heard GBs until now. Oh my god, this guy. This shows you very clearly that this guy does not know crap about computers.
The fucking Tekken 7, a game that really shouldn't be that big. I don't know why the Tekken team seems to think that Tekken needs to be 70 GBs large, but whatever. It's frustrating. Very, very underwhelming. It's kind of interesting how quickly I went back to Nintendo gaming. I think I played my Xbox One more than this. When I first got it, I played Sleeping Dogs, Tomb Raider, 2 really, really good games right out of the gate, right? Rare Replay, I still play to this day. Those 3 games, and The Evil Within and stuff like that. I consistently kept getting new games for it. I got Shadow of the Tomb Raider recently for my Xbox One. That's how much I dislike PC gaming. I could have bought Shadow of the Tomb Raider on sale for what was it, $20 on PC? I chose to pay more for the Xbox One version.
That just sounds like you don't know how to make a good financial decision, to be honest. I don't want this guy doing my taxes.
It's kind of insane, but the Xbox One is more comfy. I enjoy playing it on playing on it more. I don't have to worry about the installation. Really, at this point, like the only benefit I see to PC gaming, I don't have to pay for Xbox Live, so that's a good thing. I don't have to give Microsoft money. I'm not giving them money for Game Pass either. That's a scam for another reason. Anyway, yeah, I can't even talk about PC gaming without bringing up the Xbox One because they're basically the same thing.
Okay, the Xbox One and PC are not basically the same thing. PCs are extremely customizable, and you will rarely find two identical PCs. And if they are two identical PCs, they're probably owned by the same person. Unlike Xbox, where a lot of them are the same. You're going to find the same Xbox in everybody's house who owns an Xbox. Now, granted, there are variations. As time goes by, they're going to add more versions. But all in all, it's still an Xbox One.
But Xbox was a lot cheaper. It was a lot more accessible. Like, I may tell people that, like, oh, I don't want to pay for Live, but that's mostly out of principle. I don't want to pay for a bunch of subscription services. Like, when you get right down to it, like, I paid more for the PC than I would pay in, like, 10 years of Live? Let's see, it's like $60 a year, like, right? So times 10, 600. Yeah, I paid more for the PC than I did for Live. Now, I use the PC for more stuff than just gaming, you know what I mean? But I want to use the PC for that stuff, you know what I mean? Like, there's no benefit to PC, like, despite what you may have been told. Like, the mods, paid mods.
I'm sorry, but the gloriousness of mods is the fact that you don't have to pay for them. It's a free add-on to the game as long as you have basic technological competency. So why would I pay for something that I could get for free? That just seems like dumb logic.
Not as flexible as they used to be. They had the same problems, more so. Lots and lots of shovelware. Amazing how people will, to this day, rail on like the Wii and like the NES for shovelware while not talking about Steam featuring games like, keep in mind I just opened the page, featuring games like No Man's Sky, Monster Train, NBA 2K. This is the sales. This is the sales shit. Like a bunch of shit that nobody cares about. Like Human Fall Flat, Chernobyl, like. This is the sales page. Maybe I should look at the featured page to get my point across. How weak the Steam library is, and I do mean weak. Like featured and recommended. Command & Conquer Remastered Collection. Oh, that's what they want to sell you. Remastered collections. That's the first thing you see. Doom Eternal, that game that everyone has forgotten about.
Did you just say that Doom Eternal died? I think Under the Mayo has something to say about that, but I don't feel like getting in touch with him, mostly because I don't know how. And I'm using Doom Eternal gameplay for this video, so clearly it's not dead.
Blood Rage, I don't know what that is. Civ 6, Stardew Valley, I can get that on Switch. Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, I already played it on Switch. Elder Scrolls Online, don't care about it. Dragon Ball Fighter Z, own it on Switch. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, own it on Xbox. Total War, that might actually be good. But you know what I mean? Like, that's the big benefit for Steam. Like, I just get to play older games, or PC gaming. I get to play older games that aren't available on consoles that I own. It's just like any other platform. It's like buying a Sega Genesis collection in order to play Sega Genesis games that haven't been re-released on other platforms. Like that's the only reason why. It's not superior in any way. There's nothing about it that makes it better or more fun or more engaging. Like no, it's just blind elitism. And I do think this is the case. PC gamers kind of rely on gamers, console gamers, not knowing anything about PCs to sort of justify their whole elitist attitude.
I don't know what kind of PC gamers you're talking to, but me and the people I play with, we're pretty chill about it. We don't really care because a lot of the games we play are cross-platform anyway, so it doesn't matter.
But yeah, I own a gaming PC, and I can tell you, consoles are superior. There's no getting around it. You can brag all you want about how you can supposedly emulate every single Nintendo game as soon as they come out, which isn't true, by the way. I don't even think they have N64 emulators up and running, so you can't even pirate like N64 emulators, let alone a lot of Wii games, Wii U games, Switch games. Like really, You're really trying to pretend that you can play Kid Icarus Uprising on a PC? Like, no.
I hate to break the news to you, but there are N64 emulators that work. That's how we got the two-player mod for Super Mario 64.
No, you can't. Without spending even more money that you could easily have just spent on a console with the actual game and had a better experience with it. Like, you have to jump through so many hoops, right, in order to steal your content. And I do think that's the main reason why people defend PC so vehemently, is that, like, they can just pirate all the content. They can just pirate all the content their piratey little hearts desire, and then complain about Nintendo not providing these games for free on their hardware. I think this has contributed greatly to the mindset that, like, Nintendo Switch Online is not worth it, even though it's phenomenal.
I have Nintendo Switch Online. It is the crappiest online service I have ever had the displeasure of using. It is god awful.
It has lots of great games already. I've been playing several. I was playing Star Fox this morning, actually. Was it this morning or was it yesterday? A while back. Yeah, it was this morning. Playing Star Fox, still enjoy it. Still enjoy a lot, actually. I am so.
Oh my god, learn how to edit your frickin' videos. Alright, all this dead air is actually hurting me. I have a pain in my chest because you can't figure out how to edit. It is like the easiest thing. Use the built-in Windows video editor. That's what I did for my first few videos.
It's definitely one of my goals in the long run. Is sort of established Nintendo as being superior to PC gaming. Spoiler: it's because they have better games.
Newsflash, better games doesn't mean better platform. Alright? Halo is a great game. Does it put it above PC? Hell no. Mostly because the Master Chief Collection is now on Steam. And I really want to get it. But I can't because I'm broke. So please subscribe, please like the video, and please tell other people about me so that way I could probably get monetization. Also, the PC has so many more features than the Xbox. It is modular. It can be portable if you want. You can get a little miniature chassis. And you get such good quality when it comes to playing games. I can play Doom Eternal at 100 frames a second. That's insane. Alright, so you're suggesting that the Nintendo Switch is technologically superior to PC, which is flat out wrong. If you look at the specs for both devices, or like, take my PC and my Switch. Of course I'm going to play more games on my PC because, one, there are more games there, and two, I can run them a lot better. So please check your facts before you open your mouth.
It's kind of always been my goal to sort of establish that. I do think in the long run that will be proven true. Like, Nintendo will just keep getting better and better, and PC gaming will get worse and worse. It will become more restrictive, more and more restrictive. We won't be able to get away with the stuff you're used to being able to do. Piracy is only going to get more difficult. You're not going to be able to keep up with the industry. More and more subscription fees, more and more microtransactions. The games themselves are going to get worse and worse. Like, Blizzard certainly isn't providing a quality PC gaming entertainment anymore.
I'm sorry, but objectively, PCs are better than consoles, and you need to learn a thing or two about computers and stop calling gigabytes GBs, because if you talk to anybody who works on computers like myself, you are going to piss them off just by saying that.
PC gamers are basically the boomers, right, of the gaming community. Like, they're so convinced, right, that their way is better. Like, they're better than you, and they're just not. Like, when you get down to it, they're just a bunch of nerds who have to pretend that they're better than you in order to feel better about themselves.
I don't have to say that I'm better than you to feel better about myself. I know that I'm better than you, and that makes me feel good.
That's, in the end, that's all the PC Master Race is.
Alright, well, I now have a headache from listening to the ramblings of this man-child, so that's it for now. Please like, subscribe, all that stuff, share the videos, stupid stuff like that. That's it for now. Bye.